No, this is a video I haven't seen anybody do, despite the popularity of this game. And I get why, because the stats are a minor thing, Most people probably don't care about specifics. But I like seeing numbers, I like seeing them increase when I do things. It's a very dumb incentive for me, but I think it's cool. And Mario Kart Deluxe's stats page, there's quite a lot going on, and there's a lot of specifics that I don't think most people know. And I've gone through a lot, and I figured out how. I figured out what these specifics are, how they work, and so on. So we'll go through everything in this video, starting with the me page. Of course, this is a stats page that you find in the bottom left corner on the main menu. And here in the top left of the stats menu, you can edit your me pressing X, of course. And the me you have selected will be the first me that shows up when you're picking me's on the roster. It will be there at the forefront. And also is the me that shows up as your little avatar online, because you have all the me's on the little globe thing. That's what determines that. When you first play the game, you're asked to pick one. You can create your own at any time, going into the settings on the Switch itself to make a me, which Mario Kart does track all your me's, and you can have up to 100, and they're all listed, which is enough to make a me of every gender, every weight class, and have them all in each color, which I'm doing for no reason, because I don't pick the me's, but that's a thing. Of course, there's the amiibo costumes as well, which you can find on the tab next to the stats menu, to see all the ones you can get. But yeah, that is how Mii's work. You also get like the default 6, which have been around since the Wii itself, as the default Mii's. They're always available. So yeah. Moving to the stats themselves, we'll start with the favourites. Your favourite course, character, vehicle, wheels, and glider. And this is because these stats work different to all the other number track stats here. So a lot of people are unsure about what counts as your favourite, and this one's the most confusing, because what counts is actually different to other stats here on the overall page. What qualifies is different. So here, with your favorites, whenever you do a race with a character, a vehicle, the wheels, the glider, and whatever course you're on, whenever you do this offline, a point internally goes to each one, and whichever has the highest points compared to the others in that group, that will then be listed as your favourite. Which, because over the last month, I've only been playing as Birdo. Birdo is my favourite character. So yeah, and it's only in offline, which is very interesting. So online, no races online count towards your favourite stat. So whatever character you play, whatever combo you have, and the courses that get picked, they do not count towards this stat, which I think is interesting. And if someone who is like, oh, this lobby sway, I think I need to bust out a meta build, you can do that, and then it won't affect your favourites. So that's something. Although we're in a very fortunate time for Mario Kart, where for the first time in probably ever, really, excluding N64 and excluding the first 3 games of the franchise, where the stats were shared pretty much. This is the first time where there hasn't been just a handful of meta builds. There's a great variety now, thanks to the balancing changes made with the Wave 4 update. So that's not much of a concern, but I thought it was worth pointing out. Now, favourite course is typically going to be determined by time trials. If you play time trials a lot, then it's whichever one you were stuck at, maybe trying to beat one of the ghosts, or one you've just been practicing on the most. That's why I've noticed typically just dominates your favorite course. Like before I had it as Cheeseland, then I was playing a lot of Sky Garden, it became Sky Garden, and now it's Mushroom Gorge because I was doing a lot of time trialing on that one. And as far as I know, restarting in time trials, that does count each time towards a point. So you could just keep doing that for whatever you want your favorites to be, until they become that. Because you also get points in time trials for your combo, of course, for your character, your vehicle, your wheels, and your glider. Anytime you're playing offline, you're counting points towards your favorites. And that includes battle mode. The characters stuff, still tracks in battle mode, and favorite course. They can be battle tracks. Battle tracks can be listed as your favorite course. So yeah, that is another thing worth noting. So yeah, that's another unique thing with the favorites that you will find isn't the case for the other like stats that are shown in numbers. Is that it counts as a point like straight like at the start of the race. You can back out and it counts. Or at least you can restart in time trials. I'm not sure on the specifics exactly on that, but I do know restarting does count your stats beforehand. That might be exclusive to the restart button, no, rather than quitting. I think that might be it. But that is like the only thing here that I'm not 100% on. And there's another thing that I'll get to that I'm also not 100% sure on. But yeah, that's about the gist of it with your favorites. So basically, if you want something, this is your favorite, go to time trials, pick whatever you want, and just keep restarting your races if you want whatever specific things, so that your favorites are listed as accurate. Because like Bird's my favorite character, but as soon as Bird is added, he's not going to be my favorite because like the favorite's based on most played rather than you hand selecting what your favorite thing is. So that's the thing. And yeah, again, online does not count in any capacity towards favorites, which is different to the other stats here. Your overall stats. Using my current stats, well, I did an extra race after taking these screenshots. I'll get into why. That's important for later. But yeah, these are the other stats when you scroll down. Your drift, your mini turbos, super mini turbos, ultra mini turbos, jump boost, time saved by the key. Then you got these percentage ones. I'll cover the percentage ones real quick. Tilt control use and smart steering use. Those are like the things you select in May. There's also auto accelerate, which I have used quite a bit, but that's not listed here. I don't know why, but it's not. And yeah, they don't have decimal points for like specific percentages. It is just the core number, which I assume is rounded up. So it's not going to be like fully accurate, because I've definitely had these two things on at least a few times, but it still says like 0% completely. So yeah, I'm not sure on if they count if these ones count online. I'm not sure at all. But what I do know is that the rest of these number stats, they do count online. I can confirm. I went to an online match and I did see the stats go up. What hasn't been going up for me for a while though is the regular drifts. And this is just whenever you go into the drift motion, you don't even need like any of the turbos to count here as a drift. And yeah, as you can see, it's 99,999 drifts. And that's not like a pure coincidence. That is just been my number for a long time now, a few months actually. And this is definitely something that I don't think many people know, because I mean I've played way too much of this game. That's why I've reached this limit. And that's the fact that there is a max capacity to your stats. They do not exceed 5 numbers. There's only these 5-digit stats. It will not go to 6 digits. Meaning that you can actually max all these stats out and get a save that has 99999 for everything. So if you want to be a completionist, fucking go ahead, I guess. But yeah, be warned that these stats do actually max out. And 99999, if you play this game quite a lot, that's not like an unrealistic thing. I've got about over 400 hours, which is a lot, but if you're a big Mario Kart guy, considering all the content in this game, you're probably going to be playing this one a lot. So it's entirely possible you do encounter this, but I haven't seen anyone else ever report this fact. So yeah, these all do count for online play, and that includes the coins and the distance driven right here, which I assume also max out in the same way, especially considering the coins icon. I don't think that would move. It's only in a space to 5 digits, so yeah, I assume it's the same cards over here. Obviously, I'm far off actually being able to tell for certain, but that's my assumption. And the thing is, coins, of course, your overall coins actually do matter for unlocking everything, because getting different coin milestones will unlock different kart pieces, different vehicles, wheels, and gliders. When you reach 7,000, I think it's 7,000, it's in a while. But like the last reward is the golden glider. So of course, if you're progressing through the game and you're like, oh, how many coins am I at right now? You can check the coins thing. What it counts as coins is whatever the coin counter is by the end of the race. So that is actually a unique way it counts that. You have to complete the race for it to count. And obviously you see the unique icon, the fact that it's unique in that this number, this stat actually matters for unlocking stuff. So yeah, that's why the coins here have a bit of a different property. They do count online. And yeah, that's that. There's one last thing to cover here though, and that's multiplayer. How do the stats work if you got multiple people playing at the same time? And again, there's a difference between your favorite stats and these regular number stats. And with your favorites, whatever other people play, that does impact your favorites. I've had Yoshi as my favorite character for a bit because my mum plays Yoshi a lot, and that overtook whoever I had as my favorite at the time. I think it was Iggy, and I had hardly been playing Yoshi, so yeah, because she had been picking that same character so many times, it exceeded my favorite character. So keep in mind that does affect stats. Obviously, don't restrict people you're playing with from characters. You can't fucking pick Yoshi. That's gonna affect my stats. No, yeah, it doesn't matter. But that is a thing that does affect it. But what other players don't affect, they don't impact the number stats. That includes distance driven, that includes coins, that includes all of these. Only player one stats carry over to these. But yes, the favourites, they are impacted in general, you know. So that's another thing. And I did, to confirm this, I did test this just after taking these screenshots. You'll see the change in the coin and distance driven here. So yeah, pay attention to my coins, pay attention to player two's coins. You got 10 coins on player 2, 8 coins on player 1. And you go back to the stats, you see that the coin counter now ends in 10 instead of 2. Meaning it went up by 8. That was the coin counter that player 1 had at the end of that race. So yeah, that is how all these specifics work. It's quite complicated actually, how there's a lot of like distinctions there and what counts, what doesn't count. So yeah, I hope that clears things up. Lastly, you do have the separate online play thing, which shows your ratings. It shows your specific battles. And this is a total of matches you've done. So this includes regular races. Tournament battles is the tournaments you've been in which weirdly, if you've got a friend in the tournament with you, that does not count as a friend battle. At least for my thing. Maybe my thing's bugged, I don't know, but my friend battles have never gone up, even though I played my friend Erin. But we do pick tournaments, and I think that impacts it. So yeah. Following that, you get to see your stats, of course. Of course, it's online only, tracking your win stats. And this is like the rating. So these are the non-tournament things, which makes me believe that the friend thing counts to non-tournaments as well. So yeah, it obviously shows how many times you've been first, second, and third as well, which is pretty cool. And it separates like your battles. Because there's obviously 5 types of battle mode, so it shows how many times you've been playing that. So yeah, pretty cool stats here. And wireless play shows the same thing, but it's wireless play. And wireless play is connecting with people wirelessly. Makes sense, which I haven't done. That's why the stats are at 0. And yeah, that does wrap up the stats page. You got those 3 tabs. Again, there's just those few things I'm unsure of: the friend battles, the percentage specifics, whether that counts both online and offline or not, and also if quitting counts to your stats or if it's just restarting. Those are the only things I'm unsure of. Everything else I can confirm. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.